Boom, Watch Fam! What is up, Watch Fam, and welcome to Ask TNH, episode 118. I am Christian from Theo and Harris, and I'm not sure when you guys are seeing this, but we are recording this before Christmas, so I am drinking some eggnog, a little bit of Bacardi rum, and enjoying a Christmas, week of Christmas kind of night here. It's Wednesday before Christmas, so we're really kind of in the mood. But quick wristwatch check. I am wearing a vintage Hellbros chronograph. It's reverse panda, absolutely beautiful watch. It's on a gray rally strap, which I'm not a huge fan of, as a whole, but I love the way it's looks and feels. I don't know. When I find them on Instagram, I'm just not really interested, but on my wrist, it's great. So this watch is available on the shop at theoandharris.com. So check it out. Check it out after this video. Let's get into today's episode. Okay, so I was asked what is my least favorite famous watch, right? What is the watch that everyone loves that I just am not that into? And oddly enough, and I feel uncomfortable saying this, it's the Speedmaster, and that's so f***ed up. I mean, we're talking about one of the most iconic, widely loved watches in watch world, in horological history, to sound a little bit, pedantic, and I'm not a big fan of it. Weird, right? And what's funny is every time that I've ever worn one, a Speedy Reduced, I've worn for, a little while, I loved it, and a Caliber 861 from a buddy, I loved it. I loved wearing it. Genuinely. I mean, I genuinely loved wearing the watch, and yet for some reason, I just can't fathom or wrap my, thick head around why I just don't love them off my wrist. Why don't I fall for them on Instagram? Why don't I love them when I see a photo or a Speedy Tuesday? And I just don't know. I think maybe it's because they're so damn popular, but that's never that's never bothered me. Because something is popular has never made me not like it. I like the things I like, and that's it. I'm never so many guys like them. I can't have that. That's not my style. It's not my style at all. But for some reason, the Speedy just doesn't do it for me. And I think that that's one of the reasons that I don't carry them on TNH. But I think that logically, the real reason that I don't like them is because they are so scary. Speedmasters are scary watches. Speedmasters are arguably the scariest watches in the watch world. They made so many different references and variations, right, with different little, just details, that when, later on, when watchmakers had them and people wanted to fix them, they would put different casebacks on this one, or they'd throw, this little change, or this little change from this Speedy. They figured, it's a caseback from a Speedy, or, it's this from a Speedy, or, it's a pusher from a Speedy, or, oh my God, it's a dial or hands for a Speedy, no big deal. Meanwhile, what they were doing was mixing all of these different variations and these different individual references that it made these watches Franken, made them unoriginal. And that's just the good circumstance. The bad circumstance is when they're just fake. They're just fake dials, or they're just fake hands, because the watches are so valuable that the market for fakes has become so hot, right? So I've made it a very strict rule for TNH that I do not deal in watches that I don't know. That simple. I just don't. I know vintage chronographs with Value 7730, 7733, 34. I know dials. I know when a dial is repainted. I know Rolex. I know 1601, 1603, 1614. I know these watches, right? And I know plenty of others, but I also know that I don't know enough to deal in Speedies. It's a fact. So I think that might be the real core reason. That's not a conscious thing. I don't look at a Speedy and I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine buying one. It's just too scary. But I feel like that is the subconscious, this is what's going on in my mind when I see one to buy. And because I've never bought one, apart from this one, this one Reduced that I knew was all original, apart from that, I've just always been so nervous. Yes, are there opportunities for me to just buy from watches that I can guarantee are original? Absolutely, 100%. But I also, have not created, a channel, created TNH that is conducive to Speedmasters. It just isn't. I don't talk about them. I don't promote them and things like that. So, I just feel like every time I could consider buying one, I'm like, am I going to sit on a $4,000 watch right now? It's a lot of money. It's just a lot of money to sit on. So to me, I think that my hesitation for Speedmaster is not the movement. It's certainly not the movement. It's not the dial. It's not the case size. It's not the design. I love the twisted lugs. I love all of it. But I just feel like subconsciously I'm so afraid of them as an investor that I just can't wrap my head around them. So that is the meta answer as to which of the most famous watches in the world is my least favorite. Thank you guys for watching Ask TNH. Check out the watch shop in theoandharris.com right now.